Here we are back at it once again, Monday, May 12th, 2025. I hope your weekend was fantastic. If you're a mom, happy belated Mother's Day. Hope your day was great on Sunday. Hopefully you were treated well. I did see that my dad and my sister took my mom not only to an escape room. What surprised me is that I already knew about the escape room plan, but they went to this place called Hamburger Mary's. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before. It's a chain, apparently. I thought there was only one location. There's one in Denver. That's the closest one there is to here. But I'm looking at it, and it says American Bar and Grill Chain, where diner classics and cocktails meet quirky entertainment. I saw the video my sister posted last night, or yesterday afternoon, something like that. They went to like a drag queen show, and they saw all these drag queens dancing, and of course, my dad, being the guy that he is, had to also help participate. He was talking back and forth with one of them during the show, I guess, something like that. But that was a funny video to watch. Hamburger Mary's down in Long Beach. That's where they went. Anyway, if you want to get a hold of me, you can at 208-535-1015. Victor did say that he's not able to have anything other than soft foods because of the dental work that he had done on Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday last week. So I decided, out of the kindness of my heart, to drive to Albertsons on the way to Taco Bell to get my beefy 5-layer burrito, that I would get him a couple different baby foods for him to try, because we thought about this morning. Victor Wilt's baby food review, because he can only have soft foods. So I got him 3 different ones. Hopefully I can get him on the air here this afternoon. I told him about the idea. I'm like, we'll put it on our social media pages. We'll put it on our YouTube channel. And as the social media director that he is, you think he'd be all for it. But his first response was, oh, we can do that in a while. So we'll see when exactly he wants to do that. But as of right now, I will keep pestering him until he finally does come in here and try the different baby food flavors that I have lined up for him. We also have 2 giveaways going on. Be on the lookout for that cue to call this entire afternoon or at any point this week for either See Their POD in Non-Point at the Mountain America Center this Sunday, May 18th. This is your last shot at winning tickets for that particular concert. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. What also is going to be a whole lot of fun is Mudvayne, Static X, and Vended live at the Portneuf Health Trust Amphitheater Friday, October 3rd. We're giving away tickets for that one this week as well. You can also sign up within the apps to enter the drawing for those tickets for both concerts. Yeah, there you go. A lot going on around here. Peach's Pit Party will continue here in just a few on K-Bear 101. So I previously talked about it, how I was trying to get Matt Tuck of Bullet For My Valentine on the show, and I put in the request for that multiple times. It ended up being a giant hey, no, sorry, he's not doing any interviews. But Rory Rodriguez of Dayseeker was able to do that interview, which, by the way, you can find that on demand wherever you get your podcasts. He was a down-to-earth guy. It's going to be great to hear the new Dayseeker album. But apparently there's been some drama with Bullet For My Valentine. They pulled out of the additional legs of their Poisoned Ascendancy tour with Trivium. Trivium bassist Paolo, Gregolito has put the blame on Matt Tuck of Bullet For My Valentine. Both bands are nearing the end of the North American leg of their co-headlining tour, which is celebrating the joint 20th anniversaries of Bullet For My Valentine's debut album, The Poison, Trivium's sophomore album, Ascendancy. Initially, the tour was projected to run through the end of this year and hit several other continents, including South America and Australia. Those plans now seem to be scrapped. On Sunday, Trivium shared an edited tour flyer on social media that said the Poisoned Ascendancy Farewell Tour. Earlier in the week, Paolo said the joint trek would not be continuing to South America and Australia because Tuck no longer wanted to participate. These are his exact words. Exactly Paolo's words. Matt Tuck didn't want to do it after we had planned it, after stuff was already in the works. Don't know why. So there you go. Hey, after reading it seems like Matt Tuck might have a bit of an ego, so I might have dodged a, no pun intended, bullet avoiding that interview as a whole. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. We talked about it on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem that David Draiman of Disturbed proposed to his girlfriend on stage in Sacramento after the band performed The Sound of Silence, which that's a great song to choose. It would have been funny if it was like what I talked about, Down with the Sickness, and he did that whole part where he's like, I've been a good boy, Mom, and that song ends, and he goes, by the way, I now need to bring my girlfriend up to the stage to ask her a very important question. I think it's funny because he met her on Bumble. Yeah, if you read, there was one headline that I saw that said David Draiman proposes to girlfriend he met on Bumble in Sacramento on stage. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, what did that lady think coming across his profile? Like, surely it has to be fake, right? There's no way that this is the wah guy from Disturbed on Bumble, out of all places. Swipes right. And then you know how the woman on Bumble have to message first. What did she ask him or what did she say to him to stand out upon the, I'm assuming, hundreds of messages this guy got because, you know, he's famous. He has lots of money. I'm sure there's tons of women who are just after him for the money for the most part. I mean, same goes the opposite way, right? If there was like some rich, if Sydney Sweeney all of a sudden popped up on Bumble, or not even Sydney Sweeney, I need to think of a better example. Anyway, but they ended up dating, and now she's Mrs. Draiman, which is awesome to see. Awesome to see. So if you're thinking about putting yourself out there on the dating apps, who knows? Maybe you'll find another big rock star on there. And you swipe right, and next thing you know, you're their significant other. Just go for it. It's going to be a very hectic week this week. And I mean, tomorrow, Victor and I will be at the Doug Stanhope Show here in Idaho Falls. You can find the event on Facebook, Doug Stanhope with Andy Andrist. I'm excited for it. It's been a couple years since I've seen Doug Stanhope last do his comedy. He was hilarious at Hurricanes back in 2022. There's that coming tomorrow. This Saturday is the 26th annual Classy 97 Second Chance Prom, thanks to Browning's Honey. It's happening at the waterfront at Snake River Landing from 8 to 11 p.m. Enchanted Forest is the theme, and there's actually a link to buy your tickets within the K-Bear, Alt, and Cannonball 101 apps. Tickets are about like $5. You can buy them online. They're half priced this upcoming Friday. And then also you can actually get free tickets just by visiting Browning's Honey at 919 North 5th East in Idaho Falls. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturdays from 10 to 4. This prom is going to be fun. I've attended it every year, and it's been pretty grand. So you can come as you are, or you can dress up to the nines if you really want to. I'll be wearing my go-to button-down business shirt with my black tie. I'll have to have Josh, most likely from Classy, teach me how to tie a tie, or I can spend all day Saturday. Well, no, I'm going to be at the Idaho Falls Farmers Market all day Saturday. So if you know how to tie a tie and you want to try to come teach me, I might actually bring the tie with me. Add that fun aspect to the farmers market. See who can stop by and teach me how to tie a tie. I know most people around here know how to tie one. The only times I've ever had to wear a tie is because of high school prom and maybe my high school basketball banquet. I don't think I wore a tie to those. I think it was just my prom and my senior year exit interview. That's about it. And then of course I'm in radio, so there's no need to wear business outfits all that often. So yeah, we'll see if I decide to full on tie a tie, or I'm that lazy guy that puts on the clip-on bow tie and just goes from there. But yeah, busy week this week. I'm pretty sure you'll be able to find us anywhere. There's that. There's Seether on Sunday, Seether POD and Non-Point at the Mountain America Center. Like I said, it's going to be a very, very busy week. Manny Pacquiao is stepping back into the ring after nearly 4 years of retirement to face Mario Barrios for the WBC Welterweight Championship on July 19th in Las Vegas. Pacquiao, who last fought in 2021, has been keeping an eye on the sport of boxing while focusing on his political career in the Philippines. We'll see how Pac-Man performs at age 46. Something to look forward to this summer. Caitlin Clark was a huge draw for the Indiana Fever during her first WNBA season, And her first game against this year's top draft pick, Paige Beckers of the Dallas Wings, is already setting a record for WNBA ticket prices, and the game isn't until June 27th. The average ticket price to get into the College Park Center is $450, with the cheapest courtside seats for the game at $1,000, so $1,000 each. Suite and club tickets are listed for over $4,000, and it seems likely that those prices will go up. When the Summer Olympics return to Los Angeles in 2028, there will be action at many locations in and around the city, and it looks like two stadiums, the Coliseum and SoFi Stadium, will co-host the opening ceremony. It's the first time the opening ceremony of the Olympics will unfold at two separate venues. I know it's going to suck trying to visit home in 2028 with how many flights are going to be in and out of Southern California, not just LA, but you got to think also Orange County. Traffic's going to be unbearable. All the hotels we booked up, for sure. Luckily, I have my parents' house, but still those flights are going to be super expensive. I might contemplate just driving home and driving back to Idaho Falls. We'll see. It's a far away from now. It's 3 years from now, so we'll see how things go out. That is it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Just in case anybody was unaware after all these posts, after all this time, that Disneyland, Disney World are incredibly expensive. Incredibly expensive. Most people in Southern California, if they want to go to an amusement park for a cheaper price, they'll go to where I used to work, Knott's Berry Farm. Disneyland, it's crowded at the same time. You're like, where do people have the money for this? Because you'll see people from all walks of life. Some people saved up. Some people just said, you know what? I have $1,400 that I can just throw out there for me and my family to come to Disneyland and enjoy a nice weekend. This Florida dad paid $1,400 for his family of five's day trip at Disney World. Says he felt punished by the park. Well, I would also say it's partially your fault. You have 3 kids. The more you have, the more expensive it's going to be overall. You can't say my grocery bill's crazy expensive for my 7 kids back at home. But what's the price of a Disney World ticket by itself? And do kids get in cheaper still, or are they now like, you know what, one ticket, one price? The frustrated dad said he spent $974 for 5 single-day tickets, and that's with the Florida resident discount. Okay. And parking was $30, which is, I mean, not necessarily all that bad compared to what my dad just had to deal with at the Rose Bowl. I mean, it was $30 to park, not even at the venue. It was $30 to park at a building a couple miles away. And then we had to take the shuttle. If you wanted to park at the Rose Bowl for the AC/DC concert, it was like $70 to $80. And then the dad here also claims that if he opted for the lightning passes to help skip some of the lines, he would have been down another $400. Okay, Disney has raised prices for its theme parks in recent years, with the cost of single-day, single-park tickets ranging between $119 to $199 for the 2025 season. It comes following internal surveys that reportedly showed a decline in the number of guests planning return visits to Disney's park in 2023. So it's kind of just, hey, there's going to be less people. Let's charge them more money to make a profit, even though Disney's a multi-billion-dollar company, one of the biggest companies in the entire world, if not, I would say they're pretty much the biggest. I don't think they really need to increase prices. If anything, they should lower them to allow more people. But I understand completely. But yeah, if you're going to plan to go someplace expensive, be prepared to drop a whole lot of money. Hence why I haven't been to Disneyland or Disney World. I haven't been to Disney World ever. Disneyland? When was the last time I went there? Oh, yeah, I went for free because I was an intern for Coast 103.5, who teams up with Disney every year for their private holiday party. And that wasn't even Disneyland. That was California Adventure right next door. And it's not the same as Disneyland, but it's pretty darn close. But yeah, I guess you'll have to have that one person who has the in with Disney in order to get in for a fair price. Even though it's not Throwback Thursday, let's throw it back to the good old year of 2020. It appears that a potential toilet paper shortage is on the horizon. Now, just like Victor, when he talked about this morning, I didn't necessarily want to mention it because I know someone's going to hear me say toilet paper shortage and then run to the nearest grocery store to buy the biggest pack they can buy and maybe even buy multiple packs. You know, Costco, that Costco crowd, tons of people going over there. I need to buy 500 rolls. I heard on the radio there's going to be a shortage. Suzano SA, the world's largest exporter of bleached hardwood pulp, a key raw material for toilet paper, has reported a 20% drop in shipments to the U.S. in April. So store shelves remain stocked for now. Industry experts caution that continued trade barriers could exacerbate supply chain tensions and push prices higher. Again, here we go again with supply chain and inflation, all that fun stuff. I do like the suggestion of just getting yourself a bidet. How hard is it to install one of those? I don't necessarily want to do it myself. I'm the worst when it comes to handiwork. I know if I were to try to install something in the bathroom, plumbing-wise, I would cause a major water leak, something like that. But yet again, I'm also in this crappy apartment. I got to call the landlord, be like, there's a toilet paper shortage on the horizon. I need to get a bidet installed. Can I do that? Type of thing. Am I allowed to take it out when I leave this apartment? Which I'm hoping I do at some point soon. I'm tired of this. Like, I go to the bathroom now and it just bums me out. I'm like, every time I clean this room, it just gets even worse. You can't polish what's already bad, and it's never going to be good. But yeah, don't be that person that hoards toilet paper. All right. In a tale steeped in both tradition and technology, a Greek woman has filed for divorce after ChatGPT allegedly unveiled her husband's affair through a coffee cup reading. Embracing a modern twist on, what is this? Tasseography? Is that how you say it? The ancient art of interpreting coffee grounds. She uploaded photos of their cups to the AI chatbot. So the result, a revelation of potential cheating happening involving a mysterious woman with the initial E, leading to the end of their 12-year marriage. Isn't that weird? Dating nowadays, man, I so wish dating was more simple. Everybody has an excuse to break up with somebody or to end things, to stop talking to them. The husband, taken aback by the accusation, dismissed the AI's findings as baseless. He recounted on a local TV show that his wife had a penchant for trendy practices, recalling a previous phase involving astrology. Despite his skepticism, she proceeded with the divorce, serving him papers just 3 years later. Legal experts have weighed in, noting that AI-generated interpretations, especially those based on coffee grounds, had no legal standing in court. No kidding. The husband's lawyers emphasized the importance of concrete evidence over digital divinations. This incident highlights the growing influence of AI in personal lives and the potential consequences of relying on technology for matters of the heart. Yeah, I mean, I've never even heard of this type of thing, but I feel like it's more so trolling that person. Like, using AI for really anything other than just having fun with it is quite pointless, and it's going to result in terrible things. I know, like, I just used it for a fun post about us in Studio Ghibli form, and then I got a couple of comments. I'm disappointed in K-Bear. I love K-Bear, but I'm disappointed they would use this instead of paying a real artist. It was just one joking post to follow a trend, and I got hit with the I'm disappointed in K-Bear comments. But don't be dumb. Don't fall for stuff online and then end your marriage because ChatGPT said something about your husband's coffee grounds. Like I mentioned earlier on in the show, this week is going to be a busy week for all of us. We're going to be at a wide variety of places. Saturday, we are going to be not only at the 26th annual Second Chance Prom with Classy 97 and Browning's Honey. During the day, I believe it's either me or Victor that's going to be at the Idaho Falls Farmers Market. It's happening from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. I believe I'll be getting there around 11 if it's me. Most likely it'll be me. I mean, come on. You really think Victor's going to do that type of thing? He's going to have me do it instead. So I was looking here because this year we decided to do things differently. And we're taking non-perishable food donations to give to the Idaho Falls Community Food Basket. And there's a list here that the Idaho Falls Community Food Basket sent over of things that they're in high need of. Cereal being one of them, canned chili, mac and cheese, canned tuna or chicken. Those four are the most needed. There's also canned soup, 1 to 2 pounds of dry pasta, peanut butter, pasta sauce to go with the pasta, side dishes, not mashed potatoes, stuffing, flavored rice, noodles with sauce, canned pasta like SpaghettiOs, ravioli, etc., rice, 1 to 2 pound bags, canned veggies, or any other food that you would wish to donate. Please bring it to the Riverbend Media Group tent this Saturday at the Idaho Falls Farmers Market. The weather itself looks like it's going to be pretty rainy, or cloudy at least. Looks like shortly after that, we're going to get a ton of rain 3 days in a row. So it's going to be a colder day to attend the Idaho Falls Farmers Market, but rain or shine, it will still happen. And we'll see you there. Please bring whatever you can to donate. It'll be greatly appreciated. I was sort of laughing at this, but then realized I'm also a fan of the cold rather than the heat itself. Over the weekend, it reached 83 degrees. And my place has no air conditioning, and that was a harsh reminder that this summer it's going to be brutal for sure. No comforter, no sheets, just laying there on the bed. I'll have my tiny fan oscillating right there in the bedroom. I saw this article pop up about how UK households, or the Brits, are being warned to stay indoors as temperatures reach a scorching 78 degrees, or as they put it, 26 degrees Celsius. The upcoming week's scorcher is expected to hit its peak on Sunday. And I'm kind of laughing at it, but at the same time, I'm like, you know what? I get it, because I also am not a fan at all of when it's 78 degrees out. I would love 65, maybe around 60. The lowest I'll go is 50. Other than that, anything higher than 75, I'm like, okay, this is going to be torture. And you know what? This K-Bear studio has a giant AC unit, and I'm currently using it right now. It's usually like Dr. Freeze's room from Batman in here when I'm in here. Because when it's off, it gets really hot, especially when we have the lights on. This summer, I think I might either make visits to here and get extra work done during my off time to avoid the apartment, or I might just go to the library, see if they have AC. You gotta love Turon season, that's right. You know, we already had our first goring of the year with between a bison and a Florida man at Yellowstone. And what's really sad is that, this guy got injured and got sent to the hospital. And then he probably opens up Facebook, sees the news about him, and everyone's laughing at him, calling him an idiot online. Because, why would you get close? And he did, though. He did follow the whole thing of I want to go get real nice and close to this animal. And sure enough, boom, gets hit. There was that tourist over in Rome that got impaled at the Colosseum because he just ignored all the signs and was like, you know what? My selfie needs to be top tier. I need to get the best angle possible. Let me go up here, falls off, gets impaled by a spike at the Colosseum, right? Well, now, apparently this image has gone viral. I haven't seen it for myself, but there is this Facebook group called Turons of the Smokies, Raw and Unfiltered, highlighted the chaos that ensues when visitors decide that designated parking spots are merely suggestions. One commenter said the Rangers and Everything Auto Towing Company could have made tons of money today. There's a whole long line of cars just parked right there on the road, and it made everyone extremely mad. And this whole article goes to say that improper parking can have serious consequences for the environment and the wildlife. Between 1995 and 2012, 300 black bears were struck by cars in Yosemite National Park. I've been to Yosemite. It's one of the most beautiful places on earth. And, of course, we parked in a proper parking spot. We weren't dumb. Don't be dumb this year. Don't be that guy that walks up to the fluffy cow. Don't be that guy that just parks the car wherever you want to, even though that'd be nice, wouldn't it? It'd be nice to just park wherever you want. It'd make concerts so much easier. But, yeah, next time you're tempted to create your own parking spot in a national park, remember, the only thing you're preserving is your spot on the tow truck's itinerary. So, in Turkey, a city was forced into lockdown, not because of war, not because of a natural disaster, not because of a pandemic, But because authorities decided, hey, you know what we should do with 20 tons of marijuana? Light it on fire right here in the middle of town. Genius move, really. What could go wrong? Well, turns out a lot. Yeah, the dark cloud of smoke didn't exactly vanish into the ether. It rolled through town like the world's skunkiest weather system. Locals got high, sick, confused, probably wondering why Grandma started suddenly craving Funyuns and playing Pink Floyd. Residents reported dizziness, nausea, basically turned into unwilling extras in a Cheech and Chong reboot. Authorities are now rethinking their disposal methods, which feels a little late, but maybe next time don't gas your own citizens. I could only imagine if something like that happened here. Everyone's posting on Life in Idaho Falls on Facebook. Does anyone else see that smoke around town? What is it? And everyone in the comments going, following, or this, or putting the period so they can find out too. It's one thing to call yourself an urban wild man. Sounds cool in theory, right? Like someone who hikes cliffs, makes fire with sticks, maybe just likes to be outdoors. Nah. This guy who is dating this influencer named Deborah Porto, he called himself an urban wild man, but he didn't wear deodorant. He showered only once a week with no soap. And apparently he brushes his teeth like it's a hobby, not a necessity. He would only do it. Actually, I don't think he would even do it. Did it say that? Oh, he didn't brush his teeth every day because he believed the body self-regulates. Is he one of those? One of those weird non-believers? She said the smell was so strong she couldn't stand to be in closed spaces with him. I mean, if your natural musk needs its own zip code, it's time to reevaluate your hygiene. I mean, really. Being a metalhead, you got to wear deodorant too, okay? I know that's the ongoing joke is that, hey, you should wear deodorant. There's multiple. You ever see someone, you go, that guy looks like he smells. And you walk up close to him, you're like, and he does. Proves my point. Wear your deodorant. Shower with soap. Don't be one of those people that tries to act like the liver king. If your dating philosophy is the body self-regulates, don't be surprised when your relationship self-destructs. Clean yourself, okay? Clean yourself. Okay, so apparently Daryl Hall, yes, of Hall & Oates fame, has decided he's had enough of the genre being called yacht rock. And look, I get it. Not everyone wants to be lumped into a genre named after dudes and Sperry's sipping white wine on a boat. But also, Daryl, you made Rich Girl. I mean, that song practically comes with a complimentary marina membership. If that's not yacht rock, what is? I mean, what exactly can you describe Hall & Oates music? He told Rolling Stone yacht rock is a fake thing and that he hates the term. The genre has an entire Sirius XM station. There's playlists on Spotify about it. And you can find Hall & Oates music on there. I mean, Daryl is the Guy Fieri of smooth 70s hits. But Daryl's off the boat, apparently. Guess he's swimming back to the shore of real music, wherever that is. So here is today's To Peach Their Own question that we discussed on the noon hour of Madness and Mayhem. There's that one meme like handing a Victorian-era child a Baja Blast just to see their reaction. So I thought about this. I'm like, what's one modern thing you would give to a Victorian-era person just to see their reaction? Food, gadget, show, anything. And I don't know if this post just wasn't all that entertaining in the K-Bear group or if some people just didn't understand it, but one guy liked it, didn't give his answer. Then I got a generic answer of a cell phone. I got All in the Family, some Archie Bunker from another person. And then I have another listener saying, Victorian, let's see, that era ended in 1901, so that means they'd be 124 minimum. Depends. Like, is this supposed to be a funny answer? Like, you're going back in time to show them something. Clearly. Like, it's just, maybe I should change the intro to this segment to where I'm like, hey, give me your best answer, your smartest answer. Because I think it still says dumbest answer too, but I'm like, you know what? Dumbest answers are supposed to be funny. So let's go to ChatGPT here and say, hey, what would you show a Victorian era person from the modern age just to see their reaction? an iPhone playing TikToks. Okay, that's generic. Modern dating apps. Bacon-scented soap. Is that even a real thing? Reality TV. Self-driving cars. That would be the funniest. Just to show them a car overall and be like, this is what a car looks like in the year 2025, and put them in one of those, what are they called? Waymo cars? Sit in the back seat and have it drive you around. That person's just freaking out the entire time, screaming. Sounds like my mom every time my dad accelerates a little too fast. Ah! Anyway, to each their own. What's one modern thing you'd give to a Victorian-era person just to see their reaction? Let me know. 208-535-1015. Hey, K-Bear, how's it going?
Not too bad.
James, what would you give that Victorian-era person just to see their reaction?
A taste of modern music.
That's what we talked about on the noon hour, and I was thinking, maybe sit them down, introduce them to a nice, very expensive sound bar, kind of like the one how Victor has. Put the surround sound on, maybe even add some RGB lights synchronized to the music and just trip them out.
Well, and I'm more thinking because back then the more popular music was, blues, country, and stuff like that. And so just hit them with modern country and see what they do.
See, I was thinking more so, why don't we just introduce them to modern dubstep?
Yeah, well, if I'm going back in time, especially that far or even further, I'm going to be trolling people as much as possible.
Exactly. So who would you introduce them to if you were going to go to that modern country route? Who would you introduce them to first?
Ooh, so that's kind of a tough one. There's a bunch of them. Waylon Jennings, I believe, or he's an old one.
I was thinking, with the whole crazy party music. Maybe something like this. Centipede.
Yeah.
Those at
raves.
At raves, they have those stupid gloves with the lights at the end, and then those people do the light shows in front of your face, and you're tripping out. You just do that to them, make them pass out. Hey, K-Bear, how's it going?
Good. How are you, Peaches?
I'm doing great, Crazy Jay. Great to hear from me. Do you have an answer for to each their own?
Yes.
What would you show that Victorian-era person from the modern age just to see the reaction?
A smartphone with its movie on it.
Just something nice and convenient like that. Maybe we can show them some dumb app. Maybe a dumb game or something. I don't know. Imagine showing them Flappy Bird from back in the day, Angry Birds. Maybe show them the modern age of Instagram with all those terrible reels that I send to my friends. All that brain rot, just to see this is what the future holds. K-Bear, what's happening?
Not much. What's up?
Oh, nothing much. You here to answer today's to Peach their own question. What would you show a Victorian-era person just to see the reaction?
The evolution of video games.
Yeah, I mean, what video game would you show them first? What's the first one that comes to your mind?
Grand Theft Auto, sadly.
Yeah, show them hey, you can run people over on the sidewalk. Victor made a great point about showing them a VR headset and make them play Resident Evil 7 or something like that.
Oh, my Lord. That'd be their stuff of their nightmares.
Right. Yeah, there was a whole thing about how the 1920s, 1923 Phantom of the Opera, there was that big reveal of the monster. And I guess there was people that actually fainted in the movie theater at the time. So it'd be only fantastic just to show them the goriest video game you can think of, maybe.
Mortal
Kombat, show them one of the, finish him scenes. Oh, it's all great. Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.